This combo feels so good to play. Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today we're taking a look at Lycanroc EX. Now it has 150 HP, which is pretty good, has the attack Lycanfang. For 3 energies, you're hitting for 130, but then you have the discard an energy from this Pokemon. That's not that big of a deal. Hitting for 130 is pretty good, especially since we have a big HP pool. We can definitely swing multiple times with this Lycanroc EX. Now, how are we getting this thing set up? Well, if you haven't looked at the title, we're setting it up with the Passimian EX. Yes, we are using Passimian EX in this deck. Now, Passimian EX on paper doesn't seem that great of a card. It's not really changing the meta in any major way, but it does have a really cool ability, the offload pass. So once it goes down, you can take the energies on this Pokemon and move it to your bench Pokemon. So it's really great in applying some early pressures. You only need 2 energies to attack with Seismic Toss, hitting for 60. 60 is actually a really great number right now because a lot of basics, if your opponent doesn't evolve those basics, can get knocked out by the Seismic Toss. So 60 is a really good number. Could be a little bit higher, but you know, for an EX and this ability, I get why they balanced it in such a way. But this is really great because once it goes down, you move that energy to a Lycanroc EX, and then you can just come in and start swinging with the Lycanroc EX. Now, obviously, the worst part about this card is that it is an EX. So once it does go down, you've given away 2 points to your opponent, and your opponent only needs 1 in order to win the game. So how do we deal with that? Well, we try to make ourselves as tanky as possible. We do play the Center Lady to heal up our Lycanroc EX if it does take any chip damage or any sort of damage throughout the game. We also play Capes in this deck as well, but we also play Mars, and Mars is really good to combo with the Passimian EX because once the Passimian EX goes down, your opponent has taken 2 points. You play a Mars, and then their hand goes down to 1. Now, there's a lot of combo heavy decks right now in the format with Rare Candy Rampardos, Rare Candies into a lot of stage 2s. A lot of Ultra Beasts need to attack with Lusamine. So there are very specific cards that your opponent may need to in order to finish the game on their side, and they may not have those cards once you Mars them to 1. So I really like this combo. It's super sick. It does make the games a little tight and it's a little stressful because your opponent just needs that like 1 card to finish the game. But if you have a Lycanroc in the active and your opponent's been Mars down to 1 card, you could probably take a couple of KOs with that Lycanroc and maybe just sweep the game. And of course, we are playing the one of Midnight form of the Lycanroc. This card is just too good not to play in this deck, and it's really great because it gives you an alternate evolution line with the Rockruff. So you could evolve into this Lycanroc. The Passimian can also offload its energy onto this guy as well, and the Bloodfang attack, hitting for 100 if they have more HP than you, is just super great in going up against EX decks because then you could just chip them away of so much HP, and then the Lycanroc EX can just clean up after that as well. And that's pretty much it for the deck list. This deck actually got me a 6-game win streak on stream. I think the combos and the lines of play are pretty sick, and the Lycanroc EX definitely surprised me. The reason why I built this deck is because I've been seeing a lot of Silvally and Rampardos on the ladder, and I thought maybe this could help in that matchup specifically, and it definitely did help in that matchup, and it also helped in a bunch of other matchups as well. So let's hop onto the matches, and I'll show you how this deck plays. You can manipulate the probability a little bit more. But there's so much coin flipping in Pocket. Pocket appeals to the gambler in me. Okay. Can we beat this deck? That is my question. It's what I've been trying to achieve. We are going second. That's really good for us. As we Signs of Evolution into the Midnight form, we could knock it out, but because I only put 1 in, the chances of me getting it is pretty low. So let's do this. They did use research and a Pokeball, so what I'm going to do... I'm gonna Mars them. It's not the strongest Mars, but they are down 1 research. talking about combos, the more new cards released, the more complex the game could be, the more old cards also getting rotated. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I actually started playing Pocket and making content about Pocket, is because when I first saw, you know, what is it, Genetic Apex, the first set, I wasn't sold. I thought it was just like, you know, more complex tic-tac-toe essentially. But then they released, you know, Mythical Islands, and then I saw a lot more complexities with the games, and I got really excited about it. And so that's what drew me into Pocket, is because they were releasing more cards that added a layer of complexity to the game, which I thought was really cool. And yeah, and so I'm hoping that they continue that trend. I do still like the fact that it's a 20 card deck, because it makes games easier and quicker to play. But yeah, if they add a lot more interesting cards that, you know, make combos a little bit easier to piece together, they stray away from, you know, a lot of the coin flip mechanics, because I feel like that kind of makes decks a little bit iffy to play. Does Cape ever matter here? I could Cape and Poke Center Lady, and that gives me 50 HP. They don't have an energy on a Silvally just yet, so we can do this. Alright, we got a Lycanroc EX set up. Tell the press. We do need to get a second one set up. Iono, 2 cards, not super beneficial for them. Okay, we got that Lycanroc set up, but concede. We did it. We finally beat a Silvally deck. Even the evolution's difference, just noticing even the trainers are just aesthetically pleasing to talk about in community. I know, and that's one of the things that I personally really enjoy and is a little difficult about this game, is that I like collecting different artworks. I used to do that with the TCG Live, is just try and collect the different artworks of all the cards because they're so beautiful. And the fact that Pocket also just has like amazing artwork is just, it's unfair. It's unfair. All right, we got a slow hand, and this is one of the things. So you don't have a good start, it's hard to come back. And then we're playing against a Greninja deck too, with Shaman. I'm assuming this might be Greninja Oricorio. Okay, we got Rockruff. Thank goodness. I could repel here. Honestly, I don't hate it. Yeah, we do need more slots for binders. I was messing around with that because that's not something that I haven't touched on that a little bit, but yeah, like, why can't we showcase things, like more things? Because I wanted to make a binder with just like all my EXs, and then like, yeah, you can't even fill up all your EXs in one binder. Okay. Did they just have Froakie? Ah, but they have Cape too. Yeah. I was hoping to get a knockout. Okay, Pokeball's not bad. This gets us second Rockruff, good. So I feel fine committing to the evolution here. We can go ahead, Seismic Toss, hit for 60. Okay, they've used double research, so a Mars here would be really nice on my end. There's an Oricorio, so we do need to set up Midnight Form Lycanroc 2. They do get the Greninja online, but the Greninja hits for 60. We should maybe put Cape onto the active so we don't just die. We can get more value out of the Passimian while we set up both Lycanrocs. That might be best. They might just be playing water energy though, so I don't know. Or maybe I save the cape, put it on the Lycanroc. If I cape the active, they just ping the active and knock it out, right? So there's no point. We can pull the Passimian out of the deck, so it's not filling up space. I want to save the cape. I think I'll just hit for 60 here, and then we can go Lycanfang, knock out the Greninja. Or we can just go in with the Bloodfang, too. That's not bad, because then they'll have to send in the Oricorio. They do play Lightning Energy, so they can attack with Oricorio next turn. Water Shuriken, probably gonna go on to Lycanroc EX, yep. We do play Center Lady, so we can heal up most of that damage too, so not too worried about the pings. If Oricorio's the only other thing they have, Irida, okay. Okay. So we'll KO the Greninja with the Lycanroc EX. Okay. Let's put Cape on you. We can go Lycanfang to knock out the Greninja. They don't have another Greninja set up, so that's good. We can retreat into the Lycanroc Bloodfang. This does mean we lose a lot of our energy, but if they can't set up another Greninja fast enough, we might be able to still win. They have Pokeball, so that does get them Froakie. Easier to play plant or water deck since it has some extra healing cards, which makes it easier to simply think less hassle for the bitter decision making. Yeah, I do find that like grass decks have a lot of great cards. Because they have healing, they have broken tools, they have energy acceleration as well. Okay, I think we do just retreat. And then the Mars prevents them from potentially getting a Greninja. Which hopefully is enough for me to win this game. They also have 2 lightning energy, so they can do water drip, but if they water drip, they lose. Ah, they chose to lose. It's easy dub, easy dub. If we hit for 60, we go down to 80, or they go down to 80. I think we just try and set up Lycanroc EX here. And what Lycanroc's EX's HP? 150, it's not bad. But that does mean that 150 with the Nightmare Aura plus Giratina, they can knock me out. So I do need a cape. Iono. That's fine, I didn't need to see those cards just right away. We do get our capes that I was asking for, which is great. Okay, so it's a Darkrai Poison build, which is something I do want to try, but maybe not today. Okay, we have comms. I could comms away this Rockruff. I definitely need to attach here. I'll go ahead and just bench. I actually do want to keep this just in case if we don't top deck, or if we don't top deck anything good in the next couple turns. What I'll do, they ping for another 20, 40. I'll go down to 70. So cape on the active actually seems good. I'm trying not to get Mars'd here, or red card. So I'm gonna play down my hand a little bit and then pass. Tapu Lele is one of the underrated basic cards like Sudowoodo used to be before Meowscarada released. Yes, if you've seen any of my videos, I like speak so highly of Tapu Koko. I love putting the psychic package of Tapu Koko and the psychic Oricorio in like every deck because it's just so good. Okay, I did forget about the barb, which means that the cape actually doesn't matter here, so I probably should have just put the helmet here. That's my bad. But they look like they don't have much going on, so I'm fine with just benching this. If I helmet, I mean, this isn't gonna go anywhere else, so I can put this here. So they will knock me out with poison, because Nightmare Aura plus the 10 damage. But that's actually, is that preferable? Yes, this is preferable because Passimian's ability does have to be damaged from an attack, right? So I want to, because if I had 80 HP here, I know, this is why I love Mars in this deck, is that as soon as the Passimian goes down, Mars just shifts the tempo in our favor. But yeah, I mean, even with the cape, we wouldn't have died to poison, so actually Rocky Helmet would have been better here, but I don't think it matters either way. An offload pass onto the Lycanroc EX. And we have the center lady for follow-up too, that's really good. Mars down to 1. And then Lycanfang for 2. The Wheezing has 110 HP. They'll hit us for 30. We take some poison damage, but we can heal it with the center lady, but that should be enough for us to clean up the game. Pokeball? Alright, that's GG's. Interesting that they gave this the crown rare. The Nihilego. It's Decidueye. This is a deck that I want to try too, because it got a lot of new cards. I want to try it with the Pheromosa and also the new Decidueye, the non-EX one. I think it'd be really good. If only they implemented those new changes with the win streaks affecting your point gainage. That would be nice. I'm wondering if I should center, or not center, comms away one of these guys so I can get a Lycanroc. Because next turn what they can do is they can evolve, attach, but they can't attack. So I have one more turn, so I don't need to commit just yet. Maybe I can top deck either Research or Pokeball. I have what? 14 card deck. 2 of each. Do I play Iono? I don't remember if I do. No, they play Iono. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't use the comms. Got what we needed. Alright. This is pretty good hand. The Meowscarada is scary because they do one-hit KO a Lycanroc with the weakness, so I might need to... that's tough. That's actually a tough matchup. I would probably need to Mars them after this Passimian goes down, and then maybe double Cape. Yeah, I probably need to see Cape here in order to have a chance. I could Repel to knock out a Meowscarada. Is that worth it though? Or not Meowscarada, Sprigatito, because Decidueye then does 100 damage to me. It might actually be worth it to get rid of one of them and take a prize here. Let's try it. Got rid of that one. We know who your favorite is now. Ooh. I won't tell, I promise. Yeah. That's my only shot. So, Rare Candy into Decidueye is possible. They've used what? They've used double Research and Iono, so Mars would be very good. This gives them Rare Candy Meowscarada. So the fact that they used that means that they don't have potentially the they don't have a way to get into Decidueye just yet. But they retreat. So they're saving the Decidueye. Okay. This lets me get a free hit on a Meowscarada. Okay. But they do KO me next turn, right? So... Guzma would be really nice here. I'm deciding whether if I should play Iono just to throw off whatever they're plotting in their hand. They didn't get Decidueye, so maybe they don't have it. I'm gonna hold off on Iono for one turn and just go in with the Seismic Toss. We'll lose a Passimian. Yeah, I was thinking about either getting Cape or Mars, because then those would be preferable to play next turn. Erica. Should have seen that coming. Research is probably better here, so we'll go research. Okay, Cape is good. But I think because we can't KO the Meowscarada with a Cape, we pretty much lose here. I should have kept that Pokeball, actually. Not bad. So we survive the turn, but we don't survive... I mean, they could even just KO me with Rowlet, right? So I need to... I need to get Lycanroc Midnight form. I can't get the EX here. Retreat. KO. Hope that they don't have Rare Candy into Decidueye the following turn. Okay. Can we get there? Oh! Wait, this actually... Oh my god, is this... I think that was a perfect combination of cards. If my opponent's hand is as bricked as it seems, we might be able to survive. Okay, we just have to pray. We just have to pray that their hand, even if they get Decidueye, well, if they get Decidueye, then they snipe my Lycanroc on the bench. That's just whatever. Ooh. But if they hit me for 40, which they can't do that, otherwise they lose. So then we get a free hit, but then we hit for 50. So we can 2-hit KO them, but then if we top deck Mars... How many cards do we have left? We have 8. We've only seen 1 research. They attack? Why did they attack? Oh, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. That's... I can't believe we came out of that on top. Ah, they chose to lose.